It's Friday morning at Monmouth Park, and this is Shades Off. After a sustained period of strongly inside speed favoring days, the Monmouth Dirt played relatively evenly, both style-wise and position-wise on Sunday. Or maybe not, it depends on how you interpret it. You could say it still was speed favoring around one turn, but closers had the edge around two turns, hence a split bias. Or you can just say that it was all relative, it all evened out, it was all a numbers game. It basically played evenly. I did think it played pretty evenly position-wise. Maybe very wide all the way was a hindrance, but that's always the case with two turns. With the rainy, wet, and humid conditions so far this week, we will see if that trend continues. I just was on the track about 10:50 a.m. It was harrowed, but it was hovering between good and muddy from a moisture level standpoint. It will be no better than wet fast by the opening race today, and I think it'll stay that way all afternoon if there's no rain. It's humid and warm, but there's no wind, and that humidity will keep the moisture in the surface. And Lost Mountain, who won the Haskell about 20 years ago, he won it on a track just like we're going to have today. He would have absolutely loved it today, but he's long since retired. Too bad. We're off the turf today, obviously. Charles Simon and Chuck Spina are two underrated, low-profile trainers whose stock has been sharp so far this season. Simon has second time for him, second race off a layoff, number 5, consistency in race 7, and regularly working return E, number 3, nose first, a speed gelding with a 7-pound bug on board in race 10. Spina has poorly set up and is neat at last, number 4, Royal Heartspun in race 4, and bred to stretch out, second race off a layoff, number 1, 5 cents, who finished very well in a sprint return in race 8. Coffee used to cost 5 cents. I had one this morning. It was terrific, but it cost, let's see, 22, 110. It cost about 44 times 5 cents. Wow, how times changed. Clodo Gonzalez, a very streaky trainer, had a victory in 2 seconds on Sunday. Today he starts speedy, stepping up, first race off the claim, number 4, Trippy Secret in race 2, an aggressive step up and stretch out off a mini layoff, first race off the claim, number 2, Showtime, with a middle distance pedigree on both sides to bolster him in race 4. Angle horses for consideration underneath, at least today, include Often Good Finisher Hunita, his last number 5, Gnostic in race 1. Possible up-and-coming second Lasix Jumper, number 1, Address Unknown in race 3. And third race off a layoff, third time back with trainer Tim Kelly, number 3, Sublime Twist in race 8. I guess if Address Unknown loses in race 3, you send the ticket back to the sender or the person who sold it to you. With the scratches and the surface changes, these are my new picks in the races that are now off the turf. In race 7, number 5, Consistency, number 1, Gadget Man, number 2, Nauset Beach, and in race 9, number 6, my Jimmy Choo Girl, number 2, Wonderfully Wild, and number 9, A Fleet